Welcome to this moment, to your breath, to feeling like there are people with you, and most important, feel like there's a part of yourself that can be with the part that's lonely, isolated, scared, empty, that there's a connect with a part of yourself right now, your breath, somebody that can observe the part of you that's really wants somebody to hold your hand. And actually right now, I want you to reach down and hold your hand. Feel that sensation of somebody holding your hand, even though in this moment it's yourself. How does that feel to have somebody holding your hand? You can go like this too. And close your eyes and imagine that there's your greater self, your divine self, you may call it, the one that can look over us and is connected with all beings in the world. Make sure to connect with yourself right now. There's definitely a part of me that could use accompaniment right now. I want somebody to hold my hand. I want somebody for companionship. Stay with that part of you that is feeling isolated. It feels other people don't get you. Feel that sensation again. Maybe move your hand and say, I'm here for you. This is it. This is the moment. Where that isolated part of me is held with compassion, with understanding, and with the acceptance that there's part of us that wants companionship with other people. And in this moment, come to the accompaniment of ourselves. And in particular, this goes back to when I was very young. And there's definitely part of me it's like, and it's now. Yes, and it is now. And it's definitely now as well that there's lonely part of ourselves. There's a part of ourselves that feels alone. And it's part of the whole. It's not like we're dismembering ourselves and creating separation. It's really connection with the whole. That part of us that needs to belong, that needs somebody to hold their hand, somebody to be with them, is feeling that right now. Move your hands again. So you can feel that sense of your hand being held. Physically, somebody there with you. And it is the higher self, you may call it, the part of you that can observe ourselves when we're lonely, that knows the fact that there is a lonely part of ourselves, that really longs to be accompanied, really longs to have people with us that get us, that understand us, and that we can truly heal that part of ourselves that when we were young, in particular, or teenagers, or right now in our situation, a deep, deep emptiness that I can touch sometimes throughout the day, that we notice we fill with cake, chocolate. It can give us a sense of like, I hear you, have some chocolate. And in this moment, it's not going to be enough. It's temporary. Well, just as actually meditating and holding ourselves with compassion it's also has a temporary feeling to it. And it's okay. It's okay for things to be impermanent, for things to come and go. Just like it's okay for the wind to come and go. It's very windy right now. I can hear the fan banging. And in this moment, come back to our breath and our body. And what does it feel like to be accompanied? To be with, to be heard and deeply felt. There's one song, Jason Mraz song about loneliness, and the irony about loneliness is that we're not alone in that feeling. It is a part of being human, that accepting with compassion and rejoicing in our humanity, our shared humanity, in our loneliness, in our feeling alone. That we can hold each other's hand virtually right now. As I reach across the Zoom boxes and I reach across to the people listening to this recording. And I accept and love with compassion that part of me that is not only lonely and gets scared with that loneliness. That goes back hundreds and thousands of years, not only to my own childhood, and to the beginning of time. I believe that our need for connection with each other is a core, basic need. To be gathered around the fires, holding us in our despair, maybe, our sadness, and our joy, our play. Whatever it is, to feel that human connection and to feel a warm connection with other beings too. Nothing like being accompanied by a furry friend. As we hold our hands, we can also stroke our own hair. I'm reminded by My friend Quentin, who I miss, is like, no, that's too creepy for me. I can't stroke my hair. For me, it's like, gosh, it's something I always wanted my mother to do, and she was not a touchy-feely person at all. But I thought, oh, if only she'd come over and just stroke my head and say, it's okay. You can cry, and I'm here with you. I'm not going to stop loving you just because you're crying. That's what I always wanted, so I'm giving myself right now. That body sensation, always wanting that touch, that stroke of my head. So whatever it is for you, give it to yourself right now. And along with the wish that all beings might be held in this beautiful embrace that we're all beloved, we're all cared for right now. Thank you.